Louis, can we
Hello,
start?
everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Good morning. I hope you're all joining from Ghana. So if you're joining from Ghana, I'll greet you good morning. But if you are joining other part of the world, I'll just say hi. Mostly we have people joining from Nigeria and South Africa. If you are here, I'll say welcome to you. Just type in the comment section, good morning, good morning, good morning. Just say hi to someone. And so today I'm so excited about today's conference because of what we are going to talk about, and not just that, but because of the person, my confidence in the person coming to give us this lecture this morning. And it's a great honor to have him at this conference this morning. He has been a great blessing. He's a brilliant musician, and I hope that you have a pen. You have your pen and your paper or, or, or your notebook to take notes, because it's really going to be hard if you depend on your ears. So, like, if you are joining for the first time, I just want to say you are welcome to the Music Directors Conference. This is a conference we started by God's grace. This is the assignment for the moment, and the vision, the main aim is to empower music directors to become effective in the area of musical directing. We want to ensure that music directors are well equipped for the ministry God has called them into. We know that the position of the music director is a sacred responsibility and must be taken with all due diligence. And that is why we exist. And I believe that today's meeting is going to be nothing else but a blessing to you. So please, if you are joining for the first time, do follow us on social media on Music Directors Conference. That's on Instagram, and on YouTube too. We have some of our videos there. You can go and visit some of them previous episodes we had with great and powerful men of God. That is some of them are on YouTube, and kindly join in as we learn together. We want to really grow together. So please don't be left out. Just get on section, and we will grow together. And so today, guys, we have a very wonderful guest. I'm so excited about him, and I never knew he's such a great. He's such a humble man like that. So I was kind of, I thought he's one of the boss, but after approaching him, he relates to me like a brother, and I'm truly grateful to that. I don't take that for granted. So today, please, just guys, help me in the comments section. Welcome, MD Joe Medley. Help me welcome. And he's shy a bit, but Charlie, we vibe. So, guys, just in the comment section, if you are just excited, just say welcome. Just say welcome. Just say welcome. Yes. Welcome. Let me see it flow. Before you talk, let it flow. Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. Welcome. Wow. Oh, see the love they are showing in the comment section. Welcome.
I shall say.
Yes. So, you are welcome to the Music Directors Conference.
Thank you.
We are so much honored and glad to have you at this conference today. You are one of the people that we always look towards to in the videos we watch every day. The videos we watch every day towards a success, and some of them are doing well because some of you, like people like you, are part of the production part and the whole thing, and we are grateful, and it's been a blessing to us. So we humbly welcome you here again. Once again, let's hear what you have for us.
Thank you so much. Anyway, so let's kickstart. All right. So thank you also for this opportunity to also to acquire as well. This conference is going to be more or less like an interaction. It's not like it's a masterclass where I do all the talking. So I might be calling on some people in the conference to, give me their opinions, express themselves, etc., etc. So yeah, we are here to have fun. Yeah, aside learning, all right. And
Yes,
so
sir.
I appreciate it very much, and also I don't take it like I take it for granted. Considering the people who have been on this platform alone, I count it an honor to you, and God bless you. Friday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Amen.
Okay, so the topic to advanced music theory that a music director should know or should understand. All right. So the underlying question is, who actually is a music director? When we say a music director, what exactly do we mean? In this part of the world, for the most part, I've seen that in groups, people use the term interchangeably with other roles. So we could have a vocal director, we could have a band director, we could have a conductor, we could have a music director as well. So it's like people don't really understand the actual responsibilities and what defines the role of a music director. And so we need to lay that first before we start anything. All right. So the word is music director. All right. Now, when we say music director, we are looking at someone who is in charge of the entire music. All right. Within music, there are departments. There's the vocal department, there's the band department, there is a whole lot of other stuff, right? But why do we call it music director? Because they're in charge of the music. And so by virtue of that title, whoever is occupying that role needs to have a good understanding or an appreciable understanding of how all the departments work. You get, it's like a company where you have a general manager, or maybe like, let's say a CEO, and then there's an HR department. The HR is part of the structure of the company, right? But the CEO oversees all the departments, make sure that every department is what's working well. And so as a CEO, you need to also know what goes into other departments for them to function properly. So a music director cannot be deficient in one area. You cannot be very good when it comes to band, and then when it comes to vocals, you are weak. It doesn't work that way. Or when it comes to managing a team, you are weak there. You need to possess all the attributes and all the nitty-gritties of the role, right? So you have to be good fairly when it comes to vocals. You need to have an understanding of a band, how a band works, and then how the leadership structure and everything works. You also need to take into consideration, also learn how to manage people, how to be emotionally intelligent, stable, etc., etc., etc. Right? But the most important thing here is the vocal and then the band, because in a typical choir, you need to have those two departments, like a cappella group or something where you have just vocalists. But if there is a band, you need to understand what goes into band. Is that right? Now, the second thing is a vocal director. So as the name suggests, vocal director, that is someone who is more versed with vocals. And then band director, that is a specified role. It's very specific. So that means your powers are limited to the band. You cannot say much when it comes to vocal. And so that is why you are at that post. So in a choir, you could have a vocal director, you could also have a band director. Theirs is to what? implement whatever the music director has, or whatever policies or ideas or creative inputs he has, right? So if music director scores the song, it is the role of the vocal director to teach parts. But in some choirs, you might not have vocal director. It's fine. Then that means music director will do everything, right? But where you have a very large group and you want to spread roles, you can assign someone to the vocals, assign someone to the band. So vocal director, band director. In Ghana, we say band leader. That's fine. And then you also have, I see lately, the whole conductor thing has become something people like to jump on. Conductors are simply people who navigate and give cues as to how the music should go. So what they do is they navigate the music, and then they also guide the music by giving cues. All right. Conductors don't teach. They give cues. We are going here. We are going there. We are doing this. We are doing that. But one thing I've realized in Ghana is conductors only dance most. It's like they're having fun with the whole choir. They like dancing and they like, walking people to stage and all that. But we need to understand the what defines the role. You understand? When we say a conductor, what do we mean? He needs to do his job properly. He needs to navigate, guide the musicians. And it's not just the vocalist. For the most part, it's like they focus on the vocalist. I've had problems with conductors every time because they focus on the vocalist and they neglect the band. When you're a conductor, you are conducting the whole team. And so for whatever information you are coming to the vocalist, the music, the band or the musicians should also know where we are going. It's not like we are playing and we are like, hey, Charlie, where are we going? Hey, that kind of thing. It doesn't work that way. All right, so that is what I have to say about the distinction between a music director, band director, vocal director, and then the conductor. So now let's move on to the sections of a musical piece. Now, in this world or in this universe, every musical piece has at least 3 sections. The first section is a melodic section. The second section is a rhythmic section. Melodic, rhythmic, and the last one is a harmonic section. Now, to a very large extent, the music around the world revolves around the melodic and the rhythmic section. All right. The harmonic becomes a choice. Whether if you want, you can add harmony. If you don't want, you can take out harmony. There are songs in this world that don't have harmony. They are just melody or unison from beginning to end. That means it lacks harmonic content. It doesn't have any harmonic content, right, when it comes to vocals. So as a music director, you need to also understand the sections and what they require. So the melodic section is basically the melodic part of the song. That part of the song that rings in the mind of a layman. You get me? For me, this is what I think. I think God deposited a musical seed in every human being because almost everybody appreciates music. There's no one, I've not encountered or met anyone in this world who doesn't listen to music or who has never listened to music or has a favorite style or something. Almost everybody, even 2-year-olds, like music. So there is something very special about this music thing. And so I say this every time that as a music minister or as a performer, your number one priority is your listener. Your number one priority is your listener or your audience. Whatever we do as musicians, as Christian musicians, is to first of all bless people. touch people's lives, cause transformation, healings, etc., encouragement. And so music is a very powerful tool which we can use to achieve that. Let me drift away from Christian music a bit. Even when you come to secular, I've played secular for quite a number of years, so I have experience in that as well. I'm not just, I didn't just do gospel. I actually started music with secular music. So I've been able to experience both sides, and I know what works and what doesn't work. In secular music, some of them chant. Some of them, my iTop, they do it. Some of them chant, some of them, before they go on stage, they do so many things backstage. Sometimes they want you to be part, and so you have to be very strong, right? They'll give you some stuff to take in. Why do they do these things? You ask, you're like, why are you doing these things? To catch the listener's attention. So they take it very serious, very, very serious. But when you come to the gospel side, it's like they don't take it that serious. It's like, oh, we are going to have a show, or we are going to minister. It's just like that. But there is no work that is put in to make your ministration or your performance touch the people who are listening to you. And so the melodic aspect is the part of the song that always rings a bell in the mind of the listener, the layman, someone who hasn't studied music, someone who has zero knowledge, and novice, complete one. So if the melody goes wrong, there's a problem. If the melody goes, your first notes, your attack, the first part of the song, if someone will listen to you, is the first part of the song. The moment you capture the first part of the song well, now you have the person's attention, they'll listen to you. But if right from the intro, you spoil a whole lot of things. Let's say there is a melody that is very dominant in the intro, and it's not there. Someone listening to the song or someone you are ministering to won't know that that's what you are playing. It might be distorted. That is why intros are very, very important. Intros are very important. The intro is even more important than the end, because it's the intro that will catch the listener's attention. I hope that makes sense. Then moving forward, we also look at keys. All right. So because melody is very important, melodies work with keys and notes. Keys and notes. So I know a lot of people don't know the difference between a key and a note. I would like to call some. Let me see. Let me see if I can get someone. Andrew. Andrew, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Please, do you know the difference between a key and a note?
Please, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Do you know the difference between a key and a note? When we say something is a key and something is a note, what's the difference?
So I would say the key of a song is what the song is being played in, as in I don't know how to put it, whether to use another word for key. So the key of the song is it's like what the whole song is going to sound like in your ears. Aside, and the note is more like what you are playing in time. So from here, you move on to this song.
Come on, Andrew.
Okay. Can you give me an example? Can you give me 2 examples of keys and 2 examples of notes?
Okay. So a key you can play the keys. You can play the key in a key C, an A, a B, any of that. Yeah, and then a note in the key of C can be a D, can be an E, an F. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
All right. Okay. I like that. I appreciate it very much. Thank you, Andrew. All right. So
Okay.
this is how it works. Let's look at it this way. A key is like a country. All right. Let's take, for instance, US. Hey, why can't I see myself? Just a minute. All right. Good. Yeah, so a key is like a country, US. US is the country, right? United States. And then you have what? Different regions in United States. Or even let me come to Ghana. US, I've gone too far. Yeah, so let's say Ghana. Let me use Ghana. So Ghana is what? The key. And then you have regions. We have Western region, we have Ashanti, Volta, etc. Northern. Those are the notes. So the key is like the big umbrella, the tonal center. We call it the tonal center. All right. So when I take, for example, a key like C, or let me use a F sharp. That is my tonal center. So the key is the tonal center in which you will be singing. All right. That is why before you sing, the singer or the lead vocalist must get the key clearly. Because if the key goes wrong, the notes would suffer. So keyboardists advise every time that when you are going to minister, you know very well that your lead vocalist would need what? A guide or a cue. The moment you get there, give them how do you call it? An idea of the key in which you'll be doing the song, right? Make sure that is the correct key. Because when the melody goes wrong, when the note goes wrong, you've lost the listener. You've lost them, right? Sometimes you are blessing people with music and then all of a sudden something goes wrong. It really affects a lot. Maybe we might be, taking it like, oh, Charlie is one of those things. But me personally, I never accept that. When my music goes wrong, it worries me to the core. It's like, it's traumatic. Like, I can't rest. So when something is going wrong, sometimes people say my facial expressions on stage, when I give you a face, it will discourage you from playing because I don't joke with it. I don't joke with my ministry. I make sure that everything goes well, right? And that is what we've been called to do. And so if you are doing it and you are doing it reluctantly, what's the point? If it's a melody you are singing, sing it and sing it well, right? So the key is very important. That is what establishes the basis, the rock, the foundation of whatever you are going to sing. So if the key goes wrong, there's a big problem. And then 2, so you have keys, they're actually 12 keys, all right? We have 7 traditional keys and there are 5 keys that are accidental keys. Now the 7 natural keys are C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. The accidental keys were named after the natural keys. Now, this is the simple principle. Let me see if I can get something to demonstrate this. All right, so here we go. We have 3 pens, right? Now, when this middle pen moves this way, when it ascends, goes up, it is called a sharp by a semitone. A semitone is the smallest interval in music. So when it goes this way, when it ascends, so on the keyboard, you have notes going this way and you have notes coming down. This is ascending and this is descending. So when this goes this way, yeah.
So can you use the keyboard behind you? I think that.
Oh, nice.
This one, if you just put it on the table, I think it will work. Just put it behind you. Powerful.
Behind me. Is this okay?
Yes, it's okay.
All right. So let me use this key. All right. Yeah. This guy. This is D. When it goes up this way, it is a sharp. And when it comes down, it is a flat. That is how come you hear D sharp, this flat. That's what it simply means. When you go up, ascending, it is what? A sharp. Now, in ascending, you don't skip a note. You play the nearest note. So when you look here, the nearest note to this guy up is this one, not this one. This is what we call a semitone. So it's like mathematics, half and then one. When you have, so this is what? Our 0. When I go here, is what? 1. Or let me even use 1. Let me take this as 1. If I move here, it will be 1.5. And when I move further, it will be 2. When I come down, it will be what? Sorry. When you descend, that'll be 0.5, Abby.
Yes.
Before you come to what? 0. So it's mathematical. Music has a lot of math in there. So that's what it means. So you have 7 natural keys, and then you have, these are the accidental keys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is what spans across the keyboard. So what you see on the keyboard is simply a repetition of what you have here. The only difference between them is the range and the pitch. This side, the pitch is higher, and this side, the pitch is lower. This side, this is where you have your mid pitch. So sopranos, altos, tenors. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right. So that is it about keys. Now, I said we have 12 keys, right? Now let's come to notes. So coincidentally, just like how we have keys, the notes are embedded in the keys. So Ghana and its region. So the keys are 12 and the notes are embedded in the keys. So we have, in every key, there are 12 notes. In every key, there are 12 notes. There are 12 keys, but in every key, in each key, there are 12 notes. We have the major notes and we have the minor notes. The major notes are the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. The other do on top, no, is just an octave. It's just like starting another range. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol. Up. Now you have the minor notes like D. So example. So this is my major scale. Now my minor notes will be, so the minor notes are the difficult notes, kind of. They are difficult to sing. So you have D, you have more, you have V, you have Z, and you have Tor. So the minor notes are 5 and the major notes are 7, all making a total of what? 12. So there are 12 keys, and in each of those 12 keys, there are 12 notes. Do you get me?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Can I move on?
Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
All right. So any questions about keys, notes? If there are no questions, if there are questions, please write them down. There'll be time for questions. All right. Now let me move on to the harmonic section. Now, the harmonic section is the part of the song that, is responsible for producing what? Harmony. Like I said earlier, adding harmony to your song is a choice. You can decide to add and to omit. Harmony, for the most part, originated from the Europeans, right? And because we were colonized by them, until they colonized us, our music was not really harmonic like that. They were just simply melodies and then percussion etc. Until they came, they brought harmony to us, and we started adding it to our music. All right. So for the African man, harmony is not really his thing. So don't be too bothered or disappointed in yourself if you are not able to understand harmony. It's in your DNA. Africans are more rhythmic than harmonic. Okay. Africans are more rhythmic. We like very rhythmic. That's why most of our songs have very complex rhythm in it. When you this one is playing something else. It's just like a whole messed up rhythmic section there. So Africans, and it's not just Ghana. When you go to Nigeria, when you go to Mali, when you go to Kenya, it's rhythm. It's about rhythm. Africans embrace rhythm. So we can play one beat for 10 hours and we will dance to it. That is why when you listen to our praises, you can play the sa, the praises will never end. We are those people. It's rhythm. Rhythm is what's in our blood, right? Harmony is something we adopted from the whites. All right. Now, this is the rule. Because the world is moving forward, and as music directors, we also need to understand how harmony works, because for the most part, the music that is coming out now is mostly harmonic. So there is a need for us to also catch up with the contemporary demands of the industry. You can't be a music director and say you won't ever do harmony. No. That's the juice of the music. That's what makes music beautiful. All right. It's one of the elements. So that is why I always worry my people to learn at least how to play an instrument. At least for a music director, because you be teaching harmony, you should know how to play at least a melodic instrument or a harmonic instrument. Keyboard is both melodic and harmonic. Guitar is both harmonic and melodic. Bass is okay. Music directors who play drums are not, most of them are not too good with harmony because drums is a rhythmic instrument. Yeah. If you like attack me, it's the truth. Most drummers who are music directors are not too good. It's just a few. That is if they can play keyboard too. But the ones who are like solely drummers, if you can play a little keyboard, it helps. So learning how to play at least a melodic instrument adds up to your directing skills, because that is the instrument that is that will lay down the harmonic structure for you to be able to follow. You get what I'm saying, right? So sorry. All right. Now let's move to I think I've talked about intervals already. I said what? Semitone, and then the next one is what? A whole tone. So you hear that tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. That is the formula for creating a major scale. What that simply means is that now learning keyboard is not difficult. It's not rocket science. It's very simple. Very, very simple. You just need to understand how it works. All right. So I said we have 7 natural keys and 5 accidental, making 12. So we are going to start from C. So this is C. C is the key before the first 2 black keys. So any keyboard you see that has this, of course, every keyboard has this. So you see two black keys grouped together, and you see another 3 grouped together. The key before the first 2 black keys is C. All right. So that principle of tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, this is what it means. Now, I said earlier that what semitone is what like a half step. This is a half step. So semitone is like a sharp. Semitone is a sharp, actually. A sharp is just like moving forward, and then a flat is what's coming back. But they are all semitones. Now, when you take two sharps, that means two half steps, you get a tone. So if I stand at C and I take a one half step, I take another one, that means this is my tone. So I've taken my first tone. Then I take another one. I take another tone. So it's what? Tone, tone, semitone. Now, when I get here, watch something. There is no black key in between these keys. And so this is by default a semitone. So tone, tone, semitone. Tone, tone, semitone. Then you take another tone. So from F to G. Then you have what? Another tone. Then another tone comes from G to A. So you skip this guy and come here. So tone, tone, semitone, tone, tone. Then the last tone, A and B. That means you skip what? A sharp to B. That means you have a tone right there. And then the last one is what? Another semitone. So tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. And that's it. You have your major scale. You have your do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. This is the cure to transposing. If you can devote time and learn this in all keys, baby steps, you play all keys. Sorry, I'm shading the keyboard, these two transpose. All right. Please, is that clear? Someone says,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, transpose is not a good thing, please. Then let's move on to the rhythmic section. Now, this section is very, very important. The rhythmic section, we need to take into consideration, first of all, the instruments that form part of the rhythmic section. Now, when we say rhythm, rhythm is not about beats only. It's not about the way Ghanaians, refer to beats. No. In Ghana, when you say beats, they are talking about the groove. A Ghanaian can refer to beats as groove or something. They are different. Now, in music, when we say rhythm, it basically refers to the metrical sequence of a melody. Example, danase, danase. The aspect of danase that I can clap or tap is what we call rhythm. Pa, 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 pa. Pa, 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 pa. That is the rhythm of the song. That is the rhythm of the song. You get it? Now, there are three technical words. There is rhythm, there is beat, and then there is bars. I'll come there shortly. So, as a music director, another thing you should also need so much is your understanding of metrical sequence, bars, beats, rhythm. Mm-hmm. So if you have a song like, some songs are very rhythmic. Let me see. That is a rhythm. What you are hearing in this is rhythm and melody. They are together. Yeah. So anywhere you have melody, there is a rhythm.
Yeah.
There is no melody without rhythm. It comes together. Mm-hmm. They are not separate. So sometimes when we tend to separate rhythm and melody, no, that's not how it works. Every melody that comes out comes with a rhythm. That aspect of the song, that is how come people are able to write sheet music. So what they write on the sheets, on the paper, is the rhythm and the melody. Right? Because I studied music at Winneba, me too, I know some of these things, all right? So every melody comes with what? A rhythm. Now, because we are now in the contemporary era, drums has been added to what? That section, to the rhythmic section. So also as a drummer, you need to understand the rhythm of the melody you are hearing. That is why it is not wise for me to be singing a very calm song and the drummer will be playing something that is too engaging, because he'll be what? Conflicting with the melody I'm singing. If I'm singing a very calm song, we give you glory, and you are the Lord, let your name be glorified. You can't be doing, we give you it's distracting the melody.
Yeah.
You need to understand how the melody is what's moving and play into it. So the drums is an add-on. The drums is not what determines the rhythm. It is the melody that has the rhythm. The drums is supposed to follow the melody and complement the melody of the song.
Huh?
Follow the melody. The melody is, we give you glory. You got, so that is giving space for the what? Melody to come out. Da, 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 da. So if you see very intelligent drummers, they use the cymbal on the melodies. You see, the accent on the melody. Not we give you do. You are distracting the melody, right? Yeah. You are not making the melody come out for people to be able to hear and appreciate what the person is saying. So as a music director, you need that information. You need to understand the rhythmic section of the song. If the drummer is not playing something that would complement, the word here is complement. Wow. If it's not complementing the melody, it won't work. You'll be distracting the listener. That means you are playing too many things.
Yes, sir.
You get what I mean? All right.
Yes,
and then also let me add this. The band is a department, right? But the vocal on top of your music, the vocal is priority. So never ever should the band dominate over the vocals. No, the most important thing we are looking out for here is the message, is the text, not the chords the keyboard is playing, not the lines the guitarist or whoever is playing. The priority is the text. The message must come out for people to watch. Instrumental piece where there is no text. Oh, freedom. The band is at liberty to play whatever they want to play. I hope that's clear.
Yes, sir.
Now let's come to the issue of time signatures. Hey, is my time up? Please time me. Yes, sir.
Hey, this Stephen Appenting, who has joined? Is it the Stephen Appenting we all know?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yes, sir. You're welcome, sir.
All right, so let's go to time signatures. This is my last part. So time signatures, a very, 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 very technical area. Now, in gospel music, most of the music that we produce are usually in a very simple. So we have two signatures, right? We have simple time signatures and then we have compound time signatures. I think there are even three. There's complex.
Yeah.
There is simple, there is compound, and there's complex time signature. Complex time signature, as the name suggests, is complex. It's very, very technical. When you come to compound, that means it has a lot of rhythm and rhythmical notes in there.
Mm-hmm.
You get it? For the purposes of this class, I'll be using rhythmical notes and melodic notes so that I can strike the difference. Now we have simple time. So gospel music is usually in simple time. 4/4 is an example. 2/4 is an example. 3/4 is an example. Compound time is 6/8. Complex time is 5/4, 7/8, etc. Now, I'll stick to simple time and compound time because that's what we use often in gospel music. Now, when we say 4/4, what does it mean? This is what it means. We have notes in music, all right? We have crotchet beats, what we call crotchet beats. And it is also called a quarter note. A quarter note. So the quarter is the 4. Now, that note is like the, how do you call it? A clock ticking. Ka, 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 you know? So when you have 4 of those notes running in a cycle, ka, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. That cycle, when it's going 4. So if you are able to count 4 crotchet beats or quarter notes to it, then it's a 4/4 time. Now, if it's a 3/4, it will be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, so let me see what kind of song is a 3/4. Let me see. What song will come? Maybe Omaweni. Omaweni at a very slow pace. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes, so yamia. Oh, you get so 3/4 cycling like that. There you have 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. God, you so good. 3, 4. God, you are kind. All right. That's what it means simply. So as a music director, you also need to understand that if you are communicating the song, what drummer can ask you, what time are we playing? Oh, it's a 4/4.
Yeah, come on.
Right. It's a 3/4. You've specified exactly what the drummer should be thinking in.
Yeah.
It's not like, MD, what time is the song in? Charlie Bitinium.
Yes,
Come and listen to the song. You should be able to communicate to the drummer that, no, this one is a 4/4. Or let's say you have a situation on stage, a very sudden one, and you want the drummer to do something spontaneous. You're like, Charlie, let's do 3/4. You can tell him. But because of your ignorance, you don't know how to communicate it to the drummer. And so time is good.
Like Caesar, I happen to score a song for someone, like a music that I asked him to teach me how to score a song, and then he gave me the song, then I re-scored the song, and then he said, like, then he met me and he was giving me, what was lacking from the score, and he told me that there was no time signature on it. I was supposed to indicate it on the score. And then a lot of things. Hey, Master, I just wrote the notes there, and I thought I was done. So he said, "There's no key in the song.
Exactly.
Like, you didn't specify the key of the song. You didn't. Like the time signature. I said, I didn't even know the time signature it was on. In fact, like this topic, I really gave it to someone. I'm looking for one of the drummers to come and talk about it. A whole section of time. It's really important.
It's very important. Very important. Yes. It establishes a lot of things. So if I tell him 4/4, he knows what to play. If I tell him 3/4, he knows what to do. All right. There's 6/8. 6/8 is just like Adowa. Okay. So 6/8. Now, because we have 8 there, the notes are faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That 8 is what we call 8th note in music. Is the 8th note. So eighth note is like ka, 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 very fast, you know. So when you have 6 of them in a cycle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, king, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. That's it. You have it right there.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Please, guys, I'm like, just suggest in the comment section the drama you want to really handle this proper. Just let me know who you want us to host for this.
suggestions.
Yes, please.
All right.
All
So
right,
let
let's
it come.
continue.
All right. So that is time signature. That's the general idea of time signature. You can go on YouTube to do more research. So what is a bar? When we say a bar, what do we mean? Now, a bar is just one cycle. So I earlier said what cycles, but now when you are referring to a bar, it's just one. So if it's a 4/4 time and I do 1, 2, 3, 4, that's it. One bar is over.
Okay. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 2 bars.
Okay.
That is how we count bars.
Wow.
Yeah. One day I saw like we I said this guy bar. that's more than one bar. So one bar is just a bar is just one cycle. When one cycle passes, you have one bar. All right. And then we have tempo. Tempo refers to what the speed of the song. The speed at which you are playing the song.
Okay.
If the song is slower, it's a slower tempo. If it's faster, that's a faster tempo. Mid tempo, that means it's not too fast, it's not too slow. So tempo is usually measured in BPMs. So when you hear drummers say BPM, 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 what's the BPM? That is, they are referring to the tempo, how fast the song should go. So if a music director knows how BPMs work, he can tell, oh, drummer, this song is in 109 BPM. Mm-hmm. And it makes everything quick. When people know things, it makes a lot of things fast. Exactly. It's not now you go and listen to song to go and you are supposed to document all that so that when you're also teaching your vocalist, you factor in the BPM.
Yeah, you see, like when the guy really sent me, when he sent me, I mean, like he was the music director for Sisibedu, and like when he sent me his score, oh, I couldn't even understand what the whole thing was packed. I mean, like if you take it and I'm like, and then you understand music, I mean, like, you are good to go. You are good to go.
Exactly. And you're fine, you'll be asking plenty questions. It makes a lot of things easy. All right, so this is where I'll draw the curtains, and so I'll open room for questions and we move.
Okay. All right, so thank you so much for this session. It's been a fully packed session. I know, like this is something you guys have learned for 4 years, and but you've been able to do it in 40 minutes. You're able to do it in 40 minutes. Wow, we are so grateful. Thank you so much, guys. Let's begin to appreciate him on the comment section before we take the questions. You just say thank you. Let's appreciate him, and please, like if you have your question, just note it down in the comment section as we read it out to you. And then those of you who just joined, we are so grateful that you joined. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you've learned one or two things that really inspired you or has really motivated you to keep learning. We have a lot to learn, and we thank God for, like the great men amongst us who are taking us and leading us through. So just let us know your question in the comment section. Yes. So I want to record that one separately.